My next guest is going to be fighting in the co-main event of UFC on ABC 2 on April 10th. He's going to be taking on Arnold Allen. It is Sodiq Yusuff back here on the program. Sodiq, how are you, man?
Fantastic, man. I can't complain.
Good stuff. I bet. Huge fight, co-main event. You must have been thrilled. When did you find out about this fight? It seemed like you got some decent notice for this one.
Yeah. I've known about the fights for quite a while now. Honestly, even before I got the fight scheduled, I've kind of had Arnold Allen in my mind already, just because both of us seem to be having a hard time getting matched up. So I was like, it's probably going to end up being matched up against each other. But I didn't know about the co-main event spot until last week. So that's pretty big news for me, man. I'm super excited.
Yeah, what's the response been like from friends and family? Because everyone's got ABC, right? I mean, they're going to be able to tune in and watch. Don't need to download an app or anything, right? So
exactly. You know, and like everybody I grew up with, you remember me as a kid saying I was going to be fighting in the UFC. So like this is kind of like the gradual progression, you know. So it's really cool. There's only one more step from here on, and that's the main event spot.
It's only a matter of time, man. It's going to be great. Before we talk about the matchup, you're supposed to fight, I think, Edson Barboza in October. What happened there? Was that signed? Like, what was the deal with that fight? Because I know that didn't end up happening.
Yeah, it was all signed and everything. So what happened with that was just like visa problems, man, because of the Corona stuff and everything that happened. Right before I fought Andre Philly, I passed my citizenship test and I became a U.S. citizen. And they took my passport because they took my Nigerian passport, and that was literally like maybe 2 weeks before I fought Andre. So after that, I'm not gonna lie, it completely skipped my mind that they took my
Of course,
Nigerian.
You just got a big win, you know, all that. You know what I mean? Like there's other things I think that are taking over that, right?
Exactly. So I didn't think about it at all. I remember when we got the citizenship, my brother and my mom was like, all right, man, we got to make sure we'll get an American passport now so we can actually travel. But none of us did it. So the pandemic happened and they shut down like the immigration services. Like I guess that what they told me was the only way I was going to be able to get a passport for the Edson fight was if I could prove that somebody's life was in danger if I didn't make it to Abu Dhabi.
You should have said Edson Barboza's life is in danger. That would have been a funny response to that, right? So.
Yeah, so I tried my best. It didn't happen. I didn't get my passport until like 2 months after. Until like a month after that. So. Okay. It is what it is. But even before, so that's kind of what messed that up. So it's been a whole year. I did not imagine that I would go this long without fighting. It's been a year and a couple months now.
Yeah, a couple of things on that. So because that was supposed to be in Abu Dhabi, right? That was the issue with the passport, or was it even fighting in the U.S. you couldn't because of the passport?
No, it was just Abu Dhabi. But after that, then it just became a matchmaking issue. Like for some reason, they could not get me matched up with somebody that made sense, you know. So and I understood, you know, I understand like the matchmakers gotta do their job. They didn't want me fighting like a random person. So it was like, just be patient. And it worked out in the end. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked not having a source of income for a whole goddamn year, but it's all good, man. The sacrifices are gonna be worth it.
How was that financially? Like you mentioned, it was difficult. How did you get through it? Was it just, you know, buying cheaper food, or like how do you get through it when you're not fighting for a whole year?
It sucked, honestly. Like if it wasn't like, I'm after this, I'm gonna make like a big like long post to like just like I don't want to say fans, but like the people that like my supporters, the people that actually support me, because towards like a certain rough part there, man, like I'm relying on like people buying like my shirts and stuff like that, like people donating money to me. So it's like it's really rough. And luckily for me, I've never been like stupid with money, so I've always saved around. So like I was literally just using money that I've saved up from past fights. So like I said, it definitely sucked.
No. Well, at least you got through it, and you got this big fight, and you know, good things come to those who wait. Like I said, co-main event against Arnold Allen doesn't get much better than that. Let's talk about Arnold Allen. You know, 16-1 record. You guys only have one loss each, right? Which is kind of crazy. I think you guys are catching each other at a good time. How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Very well, man. Like I said, all this stuff I think is happening at the perfect time, you know. It's like I really feel like a lot of good things are going to happen for my performance in this fight, man. I'm going to impress a lot of people. And now Arnold is like, it's a great matchup because of, I understand his name isn't as big as as the rest of the guys in the division, but everybody in the division kind of know who both of us are, and both of us are going to meet up sooner or later. So meeting up at 10 and 11 is not that bad, you know. If we was like in the top 5, I understand, but 10 and 11 isn't that bad either. And I feel like if I could get a win over Arnold, it'll put me right in that top 5, you know, because Arnold, like, he's on the 6-5 win streak. I'm on 6. Well, he has 6 in the UFC. I have 4 in the UFC. So I don't know what the full total is. But like I said, it's gonna be a good showing, man. I'm really excited for this one, man. I'm really happy. Like this, I woke up this morning, man. I just had like a sense of gratitude, man. Like just super excited to get back in there. Like you've interviewed me before, man. I'm always happy to be.
A few times, yeah.
Yeah, so I understand. Coming from where I come from, I know a lot of people that don't get the opportunities that I'm getting, you know, so I'm super, super excited, and I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
I love it, man. Gratitude is an underrated trait. I'll say that just as a life lesson in general. If you can be grateful, you're going to live a better life, in my opinion, so that's good. Training camp, who have been some of the main guys that have been helping you get ready for this fight?
My regular training partners like Peter Pettis, like Ron Stallings, I've had them all my career, you know, but for this camp, we've had to bring in like sparring partners. Like every like week we'll have a new sparring partner, just because a lot of dangerous things been happening, you know, so I can't really be sparring the same person for that much longer. So it's usually we switch them out every day, or we bring in a new one every week.
Is that because of COVID? Like, are you worried about getting COVID or anything? Or what's the reason for like you're saying it can be a little bit dangerous? Is that just to keep you fresh, or what's the reason for that?
Nah,
or is it like an issue of like who you're training with and people finding out?
Nah, it's just the damage on the body. That's
oh,
all.
Gotcha. Okay, no, I wasn't sure because there's a lot of different ways you could have gone with how you said that, right? Because I know for some fighters, like I asked them who they're training with, they're like, I can't tell you because I don't want like the government finding out if someone's training and it's not open. You know?
I don't keep it a secret. You know, I post my training partners. I never post like videos of sparring or anything, but I always post whoever I train with just because of I'm great. Like you said, I'm a grateful person. So whenever anybody comes to come help me, I really take that. I take that in pretty deeply, you know, because it is them helping. They're sacrificing a little bit of their career. I'm sacrificing a little bit of my career. Every time we train with each other, man, we got to show your teammates that respect.
Okay. Any names you can mention, like any UFC guys you get to work with, or is it just like kind of up and comers that you're working with? I know Peter Pettis, by the way. I've interviewed him back when he fought for Titan FC.
A lot of times I bring in like people that are specializing in other like art forms. Like
I see, like a jiu-jitsu guy or like a kickboxer type thing. Yeah. Okay, exactly. Gotcha. That makes sense. How's the weight cut going? When you're off that long, you know it's tough to do the cut again, right? So
yeah. The weight cut's actually going pretty good. I brought in Jason, one of George Lockhart's guys. He's
cool. Okay, yeah.
In camp, so it's going really good. This is the most that I've been eating like throughout most of camp. You know, a lot of times I George usually just messages me and gives me little advice, George or Ian, and then like during fight week I meet up with him. I've never had him come out like this early before, and Jason's been here almost like 4 weeks now. So yeah, that's really good. So far so good on the weight, man. I can't complain.
I know you feel like you're going to win, otherwise why sign the contract? But how do you feel the fight's going to unfold on April 10th?
The fight's going to unfold. I honestly feel like I'm going to get a finish, man. I really feel like I'm going to get a finish, like a second round TKO. Like it's like I said, a lot of things are like clicking for me right now, and this is probably the best that I felt going into a fight ever, you know. So like my cardio feels good, my technique feels good, my defense feels good, and I can't wait. Like I said, I woke up feeling very like gracious this morning, so I just can't wait, man. I honestly wish like the fight was like this weekend, but it's just a matter of waiting now. Around this time is when I start getting that feeling of, man, I just want to get in there. And I want to start cutting weight so I can eat, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I get you. I get you on that for sure. And what's your favorite cheat meal? Like what's a meal you're really missing right now during camp that you can't eat?
Man, you're not even ready. I don't have I'll pull out a book. I'll pull out a book right now. But right now, the biggest thing that I've been seeing, there's this guy here in DC. Like I've been trying to tell. Like I messaged him before. I said, man, you're sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know it. His Instagram handle is look at this. This is free promotion. DC Chai Pie. Like his Instagram handle is DC chai pie, like Chicago pizza, so DC chai pie, and they make these little Chicago deep dish pizzas, man. Like, man, that joint is so good, yo. Like, I had the pesto salmon before. Like, man, it is crazy. It's like this thick. The crust is insane. Like, man, I'm giving a free promo right now. But that's
I want to go eat it right now. I might get on a plane here. We'll see.
After the fight, when the fight is over, I'm going over there to go like tear that John up, man. You should tag them in this, because
sure, I will see if you can get a sponsorship out of it or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, y'all need to sponsor me, DC Chai Pie, because I think right now he's still like doing it from home or something like that. But I'm telling you, that dude is sitting on a gold mine, man. He's one of those things. He needed to start like a storefront or something.
Back to your fight. This is a big matchup. It's a co-main event. You're fighting a guy in Arnold Allen, ranked pretty close to you. Is this the fight that gets you those bigger names in that division, leading on way to a title shot? I would think so, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, there's no doubt right now. Like, this is just like I said before, the fight with Philly, I feel like that was the fight that was gonna get me a name like Arnold, you know. Mm-hmm. And then like this fight with Arnold gets me into those Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, Brian Ortega type of people. So after this one, man, we're running the race, man. I'm trying to add a third belt to Nigeria and bring the first one to PG County, Maryland. You know, so that's the goal.
Before we go, I know it's not your division, but we just had that whole Aljmain Sterling disqualification win. I wanted to get your take on that, because some people feel like, you know, obviously Jan threw the illegal knee. Some people feel like Aljo shouldn't be champ. Where do you stand on the whole thing? Because there's a lot of mixed emotions on the whole thing, and I know you're a Piotr Jan fan as well. So what did you think of all that?
Well, I'm a fan of Peter Yan's technique.
Yeah,
I don't really know the guy,
right?
So
I don't think he's really known for his personality, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
If it was like a personality, I would definitely be a Aljmain fan. But I don't respect any fighter that's giving Aljmain crap. You know, like that. I feel like that's whack as hell. You know. The rules are the rules. The rules are there for a reason. He took an illegal knee, and it's not like he took the knee that Aljo took is like a put you out knee.
Yeah.
And everyone knows like there's not up to. I don't even like the fact that the referee was asking Aljmain to continue.
Yeah.
It should have not been on him. It's just been DQ. It sucks that that's how he got the belt, but that's nothing on him, man. A DQ is a DQ, and they're obviously gonna run it back. So that's the only thing that I could say. Anybody that's giving Aljmain Sterling for that is either just like a regular fan or like a regular like UFC.
Well, I'll tell you
troll.
this: I was surprised some of the names that came out and said that is he really hurt? Big John came out and stuff. Like, I respect Big John, but come on, man! Like, the guy you could clearly see he got hit. I'm with you. Yeah. I don't like that. I hate, and then of course it fuels the fan idea of like, was he acting? Like, come on, people. You know what? When you say things like that, what the fans are going to think. So I'm glad to hear you say that, man.
These guys that will crumble if somebody jabbed them in the nose.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He's acting when he just got blasted in the head with a damn knee on the ground, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care what the rule is. If the rule says we're not allowed to flick our nose before we throw a right hand, if you flick your nose and throw a right hand, you're breaking the rules, you know? Yeah. It's like, come on, man. And on top of that, the damage was obviously intensive. It's like, Aljmain shouldn't feel any shame at all for anything that happened right there. If I was him, I'll enjoy your belt, work hard, and defend it. Now you're solidified as being the actual champion.
And you were a champion in this interview, Sodiq. Always appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, everything is Super Sodiq. Super Sodiq. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everything. It's all Super Sodiq. So just follow me on there. I know I've been gone for a while. This is actually my first interview since I fought Andre Philly. So look at you, James. Look at you. You brought me out of my cave, out of my hiding
I appreciate
cave.
it, man. Seriously, that's awesome. So happy to bring the energy here as well. So yeah.
So with everybody out there, I understand last year was rough for a lot of people. Trust me, I was there with y'all. And it's a brand new year, man. We're gonna get this thing started right. We're gonna get it started strong. And like I said, just keep an eye out for me, man. This is gonna be like my coming out party.